My name is Marguerite Elliot.
And I'm Maria Karras.
I first came to the Women's Building in 1973. I had been teaching ceramics in Colorado for the summer. I had lived in a teepee. So I got in my van, I had a white 40 Econoline van, TV pole strapped to the top of it, my dog, my van, my potter's wheel, and I came to Los Angeles to be part of the Women's Building. And I was thinking I was going to be able to put up my teepee in Griffith Park. Little did I know that that wasn't quite the right thing to do. But that's where I met Maria and all these other fabulous women. And when I first came there, we were all meeting in Sheila's house, and it was all intimidating. I'd never been around a big group of women before, and here we were, trying to figure out what we're going to do. They rented the building. We built it. We had to go in there and do all the construction together, so that was really fun. And I learned how to use power tools, which I love. And I met Maria, and we've been friends ever since.
I was a student at the State University of New York, Buffalo as an art student, and I got a BFA in printmaking in 1973. Before graduation in the spring, Judy Chicago came to our department to give a talk and a workshop on feminist art. And of course, all the women in the department went and attended. And I was one of them. It must have been about 30 women, perhaps. And it was a 2-day program, and it was really a very moving experience, to say the least. Judy Chicago is quite charismatic and compelling as a speaker and a theoretician, artist, woman. She's got brass ovaries, you know? She's strong, and she came across that way. And she asked us the second day to talk about, the first day she asked us to talk about an experience in which we had been paralyzed because we were women or disempowered. And we all spoke about our own individual experience, and mine had to do with a male roommate in the house I was living in who was doing some behavior that wasn't acceptable. And she turned to the group and she said, okay, who's going to go and help Maria today? And all these women came with me, and we solved the problem. I don't have to tell you the detail, it's not even very important, but it was so amazing to have the support of women. And at that point, I guess I made the decision I was coming to LA. I documented the first 2 to 5 years of the Women's Building. I'm a photographer, and I always had a camera in my hands, and all I did was take pictures. And they used a lot of my photographs and documentation in the show, but I had all these other photographs, all this wonderful, memorabilia. And I started talking to Marguerite, and I said, Marguerite, please do this book with me. We really had it. There's no way I could have done this alone. Marguerite and I just became a team.
Maria started telling me about the Otis exhibit about a year ago. Marguerite, we really ought to think about doing this book. And things in my life had cleared up, things in Maria's life had cleared up. I said, yeah, let's go for it. Let's do it. So I approached this as a curator, right. Talking to women and gathering up their voices and asking them to contribute a reflection. And how we're going to lay it out and stuff. I sort of looked at it as a curatorial project. Maria looked at it as a photographer and graphic designer and all her experience as a bookmaker. So we made a pretty good team, and it was intense, but it was cool. And one of my goals was to produce a good book and to maintain my friendship with Maria, which we did, and it's strengthened it. We've had a good time, and it was just an incredible experience for me.
This was an incredible experience.
And one of the things I really got out of it was connecting, with my past. When I started looking back at, we really did this.
Yeah,
we built the building. We did all this stuff. We were there for like 2 years, and after that, I think was the fun part when other people came. And
we probably didn't say that we were members of the very first class of the Feminist Studio Workshop in 1973.